And I do believe that if we play to the best of our potential, we will be better than everyone. We will make it to Worlds, and we will, perform there as well.
Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, joined here by Hussein, of course. Very difficult day. You guys did lose pretty hard to Vitality in those last 3 games in particular. What went wrong for the team?
So second game was 100% on me. I just gave them no chance in draft, really. Some of their picks were not necessarily surprising, but just did a bad job preparing for. And then game 3 and 4, game 3 I thought we had a pretty solid composition, and I think we overall played fine up till a certain point, up till the fight where we took on Sion, and it went downhill quite fast from there. I think overall today, Vitality was a lot better than I believe they've been in the past. They've did an excellent job this week preparing for us. I think they were just honestly the better team today, and they played and improved a lot for today as well. So it's hard to say that we did a lot wrong, because I think we had fine prep. I think we had, except for game 2, like fine drafts and overall an okay play. If anything in our play, I would say that we picked some really bad fights, which is historically uncharacteristic of us, and that's something we will be looking at for Gauntlet. But I think for today, it's all about Vitality, really.
It was later on revealed essentially that Maxlore was sick. Did that impact the team heavily?
So I mean, I don't want to use it as an excuse, because we should be good enough to win regardless. But yes, he's especially lately been a big voice in our team, and the way we also play is heavily around Maxlore and the way he likes to jungle, and also we tend to put him on a lot of carry champions as well. So that definitely had a bit of an impact, but I wouldn't say it was like a critical factor. It just made us a lot worse, and for sure that was a big factor in our engages and our team fights, the fights we picked being worse as well. But even with that said, it shouldn't be the case. So it's still kind of on us for having that weakness, and being so reliant on Maxlore that, in my opinion, he still played individually fine. I know he's better than he showed today, but I don't think he was a deficit in any game really. And I think the rest of us, the other 4 and us as staff, I think we dropped the ball today.
Were there discussions or thoughts about maybe subbing in Obsess, given that you do have that jungle option available and he was with the team? Was that a discussion that was held?
Not necessarily, just because I thought Maxlore was still playing fine, and I think if we played well as a team, it shouldn't have mattered today. It was on the back of my mind that it's a possibility, but we also haven't been scrimming with Obsess lately. Too many players in my mind. Haven't been scrimming with Obsess lately, and just to have the main starting roster be ready for playoffs, since we were in a slump. So it wasn't really an option for today. But again, like, I thought while Maxlore I know plays a lot better than he played today, I thought we still dropped the ball around him.
There was a particularly funny Reddit comment today on the post-game thread, which was this game went from 10-1 Misfits to 11-7 Misfits real quick.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think that pretty much summarizes the series. Like, I don't know. Like, today is rough because it feels bad when you lose a series like this, because like the Fnatic series or the G2 series, whether we won or lost, we could still see very clear signs where we dropped the ball, or very, very clear signs where we played better than them. We could see how our planning was good, how our planning was whatever it may be. Like, it was quite distinct. But against Vitality, we both played very similarly, and they were the better team today, and we dropped the ball in execution so many times. Like, it wasn't just like 1 or 2 moments in a game. It was 3 games in a row that we dropped the ball in execution in terms of engages and our team fighting. That it was quite. It does feel quite disappointing, because we're all working tireless, like our asses off to try to make Worlds, and today was quite an important day for that. So it's just getting back to it and playing 3 gauntlets now.
You now have to play 3 gauntlets, which of course 3 best of 5, so a very difficult scenario. That said, what are you going to do to or with the team in order to ensure that we're going to see 10-1 Misfits rather than 11-7 Misfits?
For sure, we're gonna figure out today what went wrong, because for the same mistake to happen 3 times, there has to be a systematic issue. So we'll be looking at that and trying to see if we can have that fixed for Gauntlet. But even though today was bad, I think for a while now we've played really well, and I do believe that if we play to the best of our potential, we will be better than everyone. We will make it to Worlds, and we will perform there as well. And so I just really want to make sure that we are always at peak performance come game day, and that we have reliable compositions, and we can play to our strengths, and just really make sure that all the players and us as a team are just confident on the day off. Because today I really feel like Vitality stepped up like beyond anything I could have imagined, and we individually on execution and then as a team as well, we just dropped the ball quite hard.
Should European fans be hyped, given that, from my personal perspective, it feels like we've never had like the top 6, top 5 teams be so competitive as this year?
I mean, so like for sure, like on the prep end, it's been quite hard this split. You play against Fnatic and they have like a 7-man roster, and they can do all these variations, and then they have like such distinct styles with each variation. So you have to have like 3 scenarios. Like essentially, you have 3 teams prepped for. G2 has their own style, Vitality has their own style, and the meta's in such a strange place right now that every single playoff team can kind of play to their style, and it's still a strength. It still works in the current meta. So it really does come down to every team playing their strengths and just performing, on the day off. And it makes playoffs quite hard. Mentality is such a big factor, and for sure on my end, I think this has been the most exciting playoffs I've been a part of. It's just so much fun. You're butting heads with every playoff team right now because everyone has their strengths. Everyone has something they're so good at that that you're scared of that, and then you have such distinct strengths as well, and you're performing well as well. That it's just on the day off, you never know what's going to happen. So for sure, best playoffs I think so far.
Lots of fun to be had there. Normally I would like to ask you to say something to the Misfits, and sadly we have to cut it short here. Also no hashtag, sadly. Hashtag no hashtag, you know the drill. Thank you very much for your time. This was Darius from the Shotcaller. I hope you had a good day. See you guys then. Bye bye.